What's going on, everyone? Thank you for checking out another SGN video where it's all sim all the time. And hey, if you're new to the channel, please help me out, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. I got a lot of good content coming your way. We always aim for sim gameplay against the CPU. So yeah, if you're new, subscribe. Anyway, for this video, I launched my new sliders, my official release 3 yesterday. And with that, like many of you guys, I started a new MyNBA. I wanted a different challenge that I was getting with team building, and also 2K has an issue with downloading custom jerseys and custom courts. The colors just don't look right, so I wanted a team where I didn't have to mess with that. So I'm going to unveil the new team that I chose, as well as go over the trades that I made, and I'm going to show a fourth quarter of gameplay that I played last night, and I wasn't planning on showing you guys that, so there's no audio, so I'm going to give some commentary during that gameplay and talk about different things that I've changed with the sliders. So without further ado, let's reveal my new team. Alright, so I chose the Charlotte Hornets. They have awesome uniforms, which I'm a big fan of. They have some young talent, and yeah, anyway, so the trades that I made were, I had to get rid of Gordon Hayward. The Bucks offered me a deal I could not resist. I love Chris Middleton, been a fan of him for years, so I took that deal. I spend more money per year on his contract, but he has only 3 years left versus 4 for Gordon Hayward. I dumped Terry Rozier just for some future draft picks. I don't need that many point guards. And then, of course, I waived the player I got with him, Cristiano Felicia. I don't need him. And then I always trade for Melo. He's one of my favorite players in 2K. Great player coming off the bench. As you can see, I did not have to give up much for him. Now, there's one player left I really want to get on this team, and that is Taco Fall. I cannot trade for him yet because he's a two-way player, but as soon as he's available for me to trade for him, best believe I'm going to get Taco Fall. Anyway, here's a quick rundown of my roster. You can see a lot of the real-life Hornets players are still there. And anyways, guys, let's hop into some gameplay. This is fourth quarter gameplay of my game against the Bulls. Second game of the season. I simulated the first game against the Pelicans just to build up some chemistry with my team after making some trades. Anyway, again, one of the reasons I did pick the Hornets is they got a fantastic court. I don't really find myself wanting to adjust the court floor. It's got a great design. I do like their uniforms. Of course, I wish that they had a couple years ago, had the black uniforms with the teal outline on it, which I thought were super clean, super sick. They don't have them in this year's game, which has me bummed out. Maybe I'll try to find them uploaded somewhere. But either way, I'm a fan of their uniforms. I'm a fan of big, tall point guards, which is LaMelo Ball. He fits the bill, and one of the reasons I want to go for Taco Fall, of course, he's a big center, and you have a 6'7" point guard and a 7'5" center, and it gives me vibes of the old Penny and Shaq, right? 6'7" point guard and 7'2", 300-pound center. That's about as close as you can get. So kind of that's what I'm going for with this team, but mostly just putting shooters out there. I'm running 7 seconds or less offense with a lot of quick jump shots and a lot of pick and roll, as you guys will see. And of course, I always let the CPU call the plays for me. Just I don't have to worry about it. One thing I want to talk about with this gameplay, as it is using my new sliders, is Nikola Vucevic got a ton of touches. And we want, one of their best players on their team, whether it's a big or not, to get the touches. But he got a lot of touches, and you'll see that as you watch this. He gets a lot of touches at the free throw line or in the high post, but he doesn't actually take a lot of shots. And in fact, for the game, he only took 3 shots, which is definitely not okay. I'm going to chalk it up to a fluke. First game playing, I don't know, whatever. 2K never plays to the best of its ability the first game of any new MyNBA, because I've had games where he has just absolutely destroyed me, or other bigs have destroyed me down low. So I don't know why he only shot it 3 times. I can tell you that when I go and I adjust things like post shots and I raise post shots a little bit or look for post players, the CPU offense slows way down to the point where they're using up most of the shot clock, and we don't want that, because what that means is they get less shots up in general, and it's actually way too easy to then beat them, because you're going to get quicker looks and you're going to eventually get more shots because of offensive rebounds and things like that. And then also when they run their offense that long, typically they end up taking bad shots because their offense didn't give them a clean look. So you're getting a shot going off with 4 or 5 seconds left, and it's just not a clean look. So that's not a solution. I just think it's a fluke with Vucevic not taking a lot of looks. One other thing I want to talk about with this gameplay here, and you guys will see it as you continue watching, is there was a lot of times where the CPU would make a move towards the basket and there was contact right there. Perfect example. Contact. That should have been a foul. Should have shot 2 free throws. It wasn't there. Not sure why. And in lots of other games, you guys have seen it, that has resulted in free throws for the CPU. And there was numerous times that happened in this game, even before the fourth quarter. I think, again, I'm going to chalk this up to a fluke with a brand new MyNBA. With 2K, it never plays, 100% right in regards to those things, because the contact was there, should have been free throws. So the CPU did not shoot as many free throws in this game as I would have liked, but the fact that the contact is there gives me hope going forward, because I have not changed anything with free throws in this slider set. I have kind of left it there because we were getting decent numbers even before. One thing I do want you guys to, watch in this clip and talk to me about when you leave your feedback is I did make several changes to player movement from the old set, and I hope it's noticeable for you guys. I hope you appreciate the changes made to the player movement. There was a lot of them. If you have my old set and you compare the new set, which I have listed over on Operation Sports, you can see every aspect of player movement was changed. And I do like the player movement. Of course, I want your guys' feedback, because sometimes, I'm stuck in my own reality and I'm missing other things, and that's what you guys are there for. While you guys are watching this video, please do comment, and you can comment as much as you want. Giving me feedback on this gameplay here. Sliders are never done, right? So just because I released official release 3 doesn't mean that there aren't tweaks that can be made going forward, especially based off of your guys' feedback. So as you're watching this, if you're seeing something that you think should be changed, or if you just want to give me a shout out for something that you like that you're seeing in the gameplay, absolutely drop all the comments you want. I read every single one. I appreciate it. It's honestly what helps make these sliders get better is your guys' feedback, whether good or bad, because if you give me good feedback on something, I know not to touch that going forward and leave it be and only focus on other areas as best as I can. One of my goals was to make pick and roll defense harder, so it wasn't just something you could abuse every single time. There are several examples of me running a pick and roll out of a play call from the coach that did not lead to an easy basket. It led to me getting a contested shot at the hoop or potentially turning the ball over. Of course, there are still times where the pick and roll will work. The main goal was to just not have it be something you can abuse, where every single time you ran a pick and roll, it led to an easy basket. just want to throw that out there if you guys hadn't noticed that. Definitely look for that as the game continues. And LaMelo Ball, man, fun player to play with. He got my team going right out of the gate. He had 18 points in the first half. He didn't really score a lot in the second half. He's more facilitator, but he jumped out of the gate, man. It was really fun playing with him. You can see some of the passes he made, and using his 6'7" frame versus Terry Rozier, I was able to get some buckets down low up against the hoop and just took advantage of that in the first half. It wasn't really there in the second half as they made adjustments on how they guarded him. But yeah, man, LaMelo Ball, super fun to play with. One of the reasons I did choose the Hornets, outside of this absolutely sick court, man. This court is just so dope to me. I absolutely love it. And of course their uniforms are cool too, but I love the honeycomb in the key and then on the pattern around the court. And I love that it's a honeycomb on the scoreboard as well. I think that's awesome. If I can just get those black uniforms, that's all I want. I'm also curious, you guys think I should try to maybe make a trade for, maybe not during the season, but maybe off season. I told you guys I want to go for Taco Fall. I don't know if I'll even be able to get him even this season, but he is a goal of mine going forward. What position do you think I should look at in the draft as well? Obviously, I got LaMelo Ball, and I got Chris Middleton at the 2. Miles Bridges currently at the 3. He's a 75 overall. PJ Washington is at the 4, so potential upgrades at the 4 and the 5, and the 4 and the 3, and depending, what I can do at the center position, I might need there. But I'm curious what you guys think I should try to do with my roster makeup going into, the next year, between potential trades before the trade deadline, as well as who to target maybe in a draft, what position-wise, or potential free agents too. I will have some cap room. It's not a lot, but it is enough to definitely shake up the roster a little bit as well. There's just some bad passes that I made, man. But I'm glad to see the CPU intercept those. I do wish they'd make some bad passes themselves for me to steal more of. But, it is what it is. This game still plays 1,000 times better on the attention to detail roster than it does on 2K default. I like seeing Levine being the one to attack down the stretch. He's their best player, and it was good to see him trying to take charge there. Well, as for me, Devontae Graham, my sixth man, came through clutch here at the end, which I really enjoyed. I love the flexibility that I have with this roster because I have LaMelo Ball, the Devontae Graham, Malik Monk can all run point guard. And then with players like Melo coming off the bench, at the 4 or the 3, I can have some offense out there. I don't really feel strongly about PJ Washington as a big. He didn't really do much for me, but we'll give him some more time to grow. One thing I will say about this game, too, that I really appreciated was it's a division game, and it had, like, an old 90s feel to it. It was way way more low scoring in the second half than in the first half. First half, both teams were on pace to score over 100 points, and the second half, both teams kind of clamped up, and we had this 90s feel, as Levine yams on my head to give his team the lead. A 90s feel defensively that you just don't really get that much in the NBA anymore. Sometimes you do, but not often. But I really enjoyed playing that. Just the differences in the second half from the first half. It was fun. And Melo missing a clutch free throw, man. That was tough right there. We needed that one. But at least we got the game tied. And if you guys are still watching, I know, this is a longer video for me. If you like what I'm doing with this commentary over gameplay for a quarter of gameplay, obviously I wouldn't do it for a whole game, but if you just like this aspect where I talk about the game going on and things in the game as far as with sliders and what I'm looking for gameplay-wise, if you're enjoying this, let me know. If it's something you want me to do again down the line, I don't know how much I would do it. I mean, I enjoy live streaming and things like that, but and I know you guys probably enjoy being able to hear the announcers and the sounds of the game as well. But yeah, keep me posted. Let me know if this is something that you guys enjoy and if you want me to do again going forward. This was a huge foul. I don't know what Lauri Markkanen was doing. Shot clock was winding down. We're about to just take a fadeaway jump shot just because we have no time left on the shot clock, and he bails us out by reaching in. Even though Levine had great defense, he reaches in, puts us to the line where Middleton steps up and sinks both free throws. These are the moments you love to play, like in video games, man. Like a one-possession game with 18 seconds left, and you know that there's one shot that's either going to tie the game or win the game. And that's it. You know it's coming, and they're super fun. I love those moments. I hope you guys enjoy what's about to play out right here. I love that they go to Levine and let him ISO. Look at that. They spread the court, let Levine ISO with the game in his hands. And he gets a good look and just rims out. I was able to sneak away with the win, but I absolutely love that. I love that they went to him, let him ISO. They basically said, you are our best player. Game, your hands. Win it or lose it. And I like the shot he took too. I like that he didn't try to force his way to the hoop as CPU might have done in the past. I like that he went for a little mid-range pull-up. It was a clean look. It was a good look. It just didn't go in. Loved it. Anyway, that is all for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you look forward to more videos from me and my Hornets franchise going forward. I'm sure I'll do a live stream very soon. But anyways, thanks for checking out the video, guys. And as always, stay tuned till next time. Peace.